Hey, house guests! Welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. Hope you're all having a great Friday or an exquisite Friday today. Our house guest of the day is Jack D65. Thank you so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. It's only $1 for a hollow. And I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. So Gail Murphy Comedy and Mary Ellen L, thank you both so much for the support. Oh my goodness. So last night, Cameron was evicted by a vote of 6-0. He is the first juror of the season. Finally, I feel like we've been waiting to start jury forever. Finally, we can start the big meeting. And then, after Cameron was evicted, the exquisite Julie Chen told us about the comic verse takeover for this week. So, this week's HOH is going to be invisible, maybe. The POV is like the power veto of duplicity. We don't know what that means exactly yet. I mean, just from the name, it sounds like either there's going to be like 2 POV winners, or maybe whoever wins power veto can take both nominees off the block. We don't know yet. Hopefully we'll find out before Tuesday's episode. And then the week is supposed to end with just like a regular eviction. Okay. Let's not get too crazy, right? Let's just normal eviction. So at the end of the episode, Julie directed the house guests to go up to the HOH room where they found some crystal shards. Charge them up, baby, right? Get those crystals ready. It was a comic book tie-in. It's kind of like the Superman Fortress of Solitude, which they have done on Big Brother Canada before, as well as the Invisible HOH. So kind of interesting. Maybe it's BB Canverse week. But we did not get to see the HOH competition on last night's episode. And going into it, a lot of the house guests were actually contemplating throwing the comp. And finally, that's a choice. But I think a lot of them changed their minds when they found out that it was going to be invisible this week, because that's a huge opportunity to make a move and possibly not get the blood on your hands, right? That's what this cast has been all about, not getting blood on their hands, not having to do their own dirty work. So you'd think this would be a golden, huge opportunity for whoever wins. All right, well, we'll see. The feed stayed down until 2:28 a.m. Big Brother time. That's 5:30 on the East Coast. I was asleep. But anyway, this competition took so long because it was individually timed. It was BB Comics. Oh my goodness. So as we know, this is traditionally a power veto competition. And I get, they're trying to start comic week off with a bang, whatever. And as much as I do love this competition, and I really do, I'm honestly kind of bummed that this was the HOH competition. I wish they would have kept it for the POV, because it really would have been nice if this HOH was something less physical, that everyone would have had more of an equal shot at winning, right? I feel like for an invisible HOH, especially, everybody should have more of a chance. Everybody should have an even playing field. So it kind of bums me out that that's what it was. But if you don't remember, for BB Comics, everybody's got to go, again, it's individually timed, and you got to go across the zip line, look at all of the comic book covers for each house guest. Then you have to put them all in the order that they are presented to you. And each house guest has 2 different versions of their comic, right? And you have to spot the differences between the 2 and see which one is used in the official lineup. So there is a mental component, there is a physical component. I wish it had been something else. Yes, it's the zipline one, Susie. So of course, when the feeds come back, everyone's denying that they won. I guess there's just no HOH this week, huh? No. So America and Jag are chatting in the bathroom at one point, and Jag says, this whole twist is set up for either you and Corey or me and Matt to go up on the block this week. And Jag says, I'm just sick over it. I'm sick. So, man, laid it on a little thick there. America says, yeah, it's probably going to be one of our 4 going, right? Nobody's going to target Bowie this week. So Jag says, it's probably not going to be me and Corey up together, because if that's the case, it's going to make it really obvious that Blue is the HOH. Why? I could see her putting up Corey, but why would she put Jag up next to Corey? Jag and Blue are supposed to be like super tight. I don't understand that. But America's like, do you really think that Blue is the HOH? And Jag says, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Maybe it's her. No. But anyway, Corey joins them and Corey says, I'm pretty sure that neither Felicia nor Sari won this competition. Because, I mean, let's face it, this competition is very physical. So there's a good chance that one of the young pups probably took the win on this one, right? So Corey is also saying he thinks that Blue won, and he's hoping that if Blue is targeting him, he's hoping that it will be a backdoor move because he doesn't want to be up on the block next to America, right? He's hoping he'll be up there next to like Felicia or something, and they'll be able to get the votes to save him. So at one point, Corey and America go off on their own, and we have Jag by himself, and he asks out loud, who the F do I put up? So yeah, Jag won HOH. He is the invisible HOH. I mean, we saw that coming, right? So later, Matt and Jag are chatting in the bathroom and they're celebrating Jag's HOH win. And Jag's like, oh, I was flying during the comp, bro. My time was 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And Jag is wondering, who do I put up? He says he wants Blue gone this week. Oh, okay. So we're still doing that. I knew that that was his plan going into this week, but I thought maybe, just maybe, with the invisible HOH, there was a chance that he would want to do something else. No. I could see Matt making a different move if he were the invisible HOH, but Jag, So, yeah, Jag wants Blue out, and he's like, do I put up Felicia and Sari and try to backdoor Blue, who has won 0 competition so far this season? Or do I put Blue up as one of the initial nominees with Felicia and just hope that Blue does not win the power of veto? I mean, you're the invisible HOH this week, and this is what you're doing. You're not going to use this opportunity to take a shot at Corey? You're really not going to do that? Like, what? It's ridiculous. So Jag says he's also really nervous about this special POV power because Julie did say that it was going to be different, but she didn't say what it was going to be. So he's concerned. What if it's like the diamond POV and the person who wins the veto and, if they use it, they also would get to name the replacement nominee? He's terrified. He's like, what if Blue wins power veto, uses it, and then puts up like Matt? That is not something that Jag wants to happen. So Jag is definitely concerned. We know it's not a diamond POV, but we still don't know exactly what it does. So Jag says he confirms to Matt that he will be able to play in the next HOH competition as well. And you're still not going to make a bigger move this week? If you take out a big competitor, you're going to have even more of a chance to win again next week. It just blows my mind. But Jag says that he's thinking maybe he should tell Corey and America that he won HOH so that they'll see how loyal he is when he targets Blue instead of them, right? He wants the credit for this HOH. He wants people to know, I'm not putting you up on the block, because he's hoping that if Corey or America win HOH the following week, that they will do the same and they will not put him up on the block. So Matt is saying, well, if you put Blue up, Corey and America are going to know that one of us won HOH, because, I mean, who else is going to do that? Right? It's Sari and Felicia. They'd be making a big move if one of them won. Us, not so much. So Jag is also wondering, should we tell Bowie that I won HOH? And Matt's like, yeah, I think we should, right? We're supposed to be working closely with her. We should probably tell her. So Jag is, again, considering his options for nominations, and he's like, well, if I put up Felicia and Sari, what if Blue wins the power veto and pulls one of them down? Can you imagine if Blue won the power veto and was able to pull both of them down? I think Jag would have a meltdown because he'd almost basically be forced to put Corey up on the block, right? It would either be Corey, America, Bowie, or Matt. He's not going to put Matt up, but oh my God. Do you think he would ditch Bowie in order to protect Corey again? I think he would actually consider it. I don't know if he'd go through with it, but anyway. Jag, I already said that. Okay, so then Blue comes in, she breaks up their conversation, and she says she's really nervous. Yeah, you should be, because Jag is coming for you. All right. Meanwhile, Corey and America are chatting in the Scrambleverse bedroom. It's a little pillow game talk. And Corey says, this week is just so hard, right? How do you even campaign? We don't even know who's HOH. We don't know who to campaign to. But they agree Matt or Jag are probably HOH. I mean, they're the two most physical guys left in this house. There's a good chance that they were going to win this physical competition, right? Um, and Sari and Felicia also suspect that it's Jag. Everyone's figuring it out. So Corey and America say they are going to be pissed if Matt and Jag own up to this like the next day or so, and they're just like, yeah, I did win. Isn't that crazy? Corey and America aren't going to be happy that these two were lying to their faces, right? They figure if one of them won and we're safe with them, why would they not just tell us immediately, right? If they won and they're not telling us, that probably means that they're targeting us and they're going to try and play it off like it's somebody else. So they're definitely freaked out and not super happy with what's going on with Jag and Matt. So they have a feeling they're actually going to be going up on the block together this week because Matt and Jag have not come clean. They're not going up. Isn't that crazy? But they're kind of hoping at this point that Blue actually won the HOH, and they're hoping that America will be able to convince her to target Matt and Jag instead of Corey. I mean, that's not going to be necessary, right? Because we know what's up. But they were really hoping it was going to be Blue and they'd be able to convince her. So early this morning, America and Corey were talking to Matt in the kitchen. I believe they were having some quesadillas at the time. And Matt was trying to push that he thinks that Blue won the competition. And he knows at this point that she did not. But he's playing it up for Corey and America. So Matt's like, oh, I think Blue's going to put up me and Jag. I just feel like they're pushing it so hard at this point, and when Corey and America actually do find out who won, they're not going to be happy about all these lies, right? So Corey says, well, if we aren't lying to each other, then it probably was Blue who won, right? Because it's not Sari or Felicia. Bowie wasn't playing. Corey and America know what's up. They know. So even if Jag does follow through and takes out Blue this week, Corey and America are going to be pissed that Jag did not come clean to them immediately. Okay, so before we get into this morning's updates, let's talk about these BB comics because they were posted on Entertainment Weekly today. If you haven't already seen them, honestly, I feel like it was a pretty good crop this season. I think it was a good group of comics. The artist that they hire to do them always does such a fantastic job with the artwork. But I think even like the characters that they came up with this year, pretty good for the most part. All right. So let's just go through them quickly. So we have the Bowie Rang, like a boomerang, because Bowie is Australian, if you didn't know. Cameron is the hair razor. Shout out to Bertha. Yeah. Cerie's cracked me up. Cerie is the robe bot because she's always wearing that gray robe. That was very funny. I like that. Jags was Cockadoodle Zoom. Got to play up whenever a house guest has to wear a costume, right? America and Corey, both of theirs didn't really like make that much sense to me. I don't know where they were going with these, but America was like a vampire. Hers was called Nightmerica, like a nightmare. And she was a vampire, but I just don't see how that fits her. I guess they didn't want to make it all about the showmance, because that would be kind of not fair to her. Corey's was albacore, like albacore tuna. Does he like tuna? I don't think he likes tuna. So, okay, sure. Blue's was a great fit. Kitty Kitty Purr, right? She's in her like Catwoman cat suit. Makes sense. Matt, very clever. Poultergeist, like that. Felicia's was Kayak Attack. Again, punishment costume. Got to take advantage. Jared was Muffin Hands. We saw that one coming. Mimi's was pretty clever with the name Me-Calamity. Red's comic was one of my favorites artwork wise because he was like in a yoga pose, like, what's the pose that I'm looking for? It's like when you have your legs crossed. Why can I not think of this freaking pose? Whatever. He's sitting there with his legs crossed. And his character was called Chillbilly. Do you think Cameron's gonna be jealous because he wanted to be Chillbilly? They're supposed to be Chillbillies together. I don't know, but the artwork was really cool. Izzy's, I also loved Izzy's. Izzy's was Dizzy Izzy, and they have her playing the flute because she's a professional flutist. And the music was like messing with everybody's heads. I think that's fun. Heisem's was Ha Ha Heisem because he's got that wild laugh. And Riley's was Nashvillein because she's from Nashville. Kirsten was Kirsten. I mean, we didn't really know her that well, so there's only so much you could do. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a great group of BB comics. If you haven't already checked them out, give them a look. Entertainment Weekly online. All right, so now let's talk about what's been going on today. I always think of Felicia when she said today, and it like startled Riley, and Riley was just like, but anyway, Jag, the secret HOH, invisible HOH, has now told, all right, we already know he told Matt last night. He has now told America and Corey that he won. And of course, when he told them, he's trying to play it off like, oh my God, you're the first people I'm telling. He was acting like he was telling Matt at the same time. They have to know that he had already told Matt, right? He also told Bowie about it. And again, he's trying to play it off like he hasn't told Corey in America yet, but he's asking Bowie, like, do you think I should? Do you think I should tell Corey in America? He's trying to make it seem like Bowie is in on this decision, but he's already told them, right? And Bowie was kind of like, why? Why do we need to tell them? What's the point of that? No. Yeah, Jag is now saying if he ends up putting up Felicia in blue, maybe he should let Suri know that he's HOH so he can build more trust with her, by leaving her off the block. What's the point of this being invisible? Everyone who does not know officially that Jag is HOH suspects it, except for maybe Blue. Blue's kind of all over the place. But also, another thing, no one cares about building trust at this point, Jag. It is so late in the game. People are just going to try and make big moves when they get the opportunity to do so. You got to set yourself up for the end game at this point. No more of these like good faith moves, right? This is the time to be cutthroat and make some decisions. But he's still trying to be like, oh, I want to build trust by not putting this person up, blah, blah, blah. You really think Cerie's going to care if you don't put her up this week? No. She is still going to go for you. All right. So anyway, Jag is still trying to figure out who does he nominate, right? He is set on targeting Blue this week, but he doesn't know. Do I backdoor or do I front door? Right? That is the question. So Bowie is pushing for Jag to just draw the mother effing line in the sand. Put up your target, put up Blue and Felicia next to each other. And Jag's like, oh, I don't know. I don't want to do that. So Bowie is telling Jag, I don't think you should be putting Cirie up on the block, even as a pawn. Like, don't do it. They're supposed to have a new blossoming Final Four with Matt, Jag, Bowie, and Cirie. So Bowie's like, I don't think Cirie's going to take it well if you put her up on the block. So then Jag asks Bowie, would you be willing to go up as a pawn? You know she's not going to be good with that. But he figures, you're a strong competitor. I need to make sure that one of us wins the veto and not Blue. Number one, because he wants the veto to be used and for Blue to go up. But number two, because again, he's freaked out. He doesn't know what this POV power is going to be. So he's hoping if one of his allies wins, then they can control that power as well. But Bowie, she does not want to be a pawn. She's like pissed about it. She's not about that pawn life. And she's like, why are we risking this if we don't have to? I think at that point, you would just be overplaying if you put me up on the block. So she was really upset. At one point, she was like angry crying to Matt. That's how upset she was. She was angry crying. So later, Jag is apologizing and he's like, you're right. I don't want to put you in danger. I'm sorry for suggesting it. I would not be able to live with myself if something happened to you in this game by my hand. Like, I can't, I'm sorry. I don't know. I think she's going to remember that. Okay. But anyway, this should also be setting off some alarm bells with Bowie, right? That he is willing to put Bowie up as a pawn, whereas like Corey and America, untouchable. So anyway, Bowie is pushing for Blue and Felicia noms. Jag was starting to lean that way, and he's like, yeah, that's fine. We can pin it on Corey. And Corey had even said earlier that if it is Blue and Felicia going up on the block, people are probably going to assume that he's the one that did that. And he's like, I'm fine with it. But like, everyone's going to know by the end of the day, if it even takes that long, that Jag is the HOH, right? Pretty much everybody already knows it anyway, except for like Blue. Cirie and Felicia heavily suspecting Jag. So the plan still, as of now, is to put up Blue and Felicia. I feel like Felicia's going to be pissed because she assumed that she would not be going up this week because she thought whoever won this HOH would want to take advantage of the fact that it is an invisible HOH and try to take out one of the big targets. She's like, who's going to mess around with putting me up on the block this week? I mean, yeah, that all makes sense, right? You would think that that would be the case, but then Jag won HOH. I feel like out of anyone left in this season, Jag was probably the most boring option for this invisible HOH because he does not want to make bold moves. He does not want to get blood on his hands. So yeah, check back later. I will post the nominees in the info for the spoiler. I think it's pretty safe to say at this point that it's going to be Blue and Felicia. And I just want to give you guys a heads up too. Tomorrow I will be doing the live stream a little bit earlier in the day because I have a family party to go to. So the stream, I don't know exactly what time it's going to be yet, but it probably, hello.
Oh, hi.
It probably won't be any later than like 1 p.m. because I got a boogie. But
oh, you boogieing?
That's right. Right, Bowie? Right, Lamb?
We're not going.
Come here. I wish. But anyway, I want to thank today's super chatters because you guys are awesome. So let me just get to the right page here. All right. Mary Ellen L., thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Mark Perjalo, thank you so much as always. Vandy Dandy, thank you for the super chat. And they said, Jag isn't smart. Yeah, I think he's smart. I think he's not.
He's a secret genius, but he's not the secret HOH.
He's very much the out in the open HOH at this point. I would say he's not good socially. He's not great socially in this game. Does everyone like him as a person? Yes. But I also think that he's kind of like a coward when it comes to this game. And I think he needs to just like make a move here, right? It's the invisible HOH. He could have gotten away with whatever this week, but he's not doing it. So it's a bummer. But anyway.
I didn't realize that.
What?
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
What?
That he could get away with it. Him.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Wendy Will, thank you so much for the super chat. And the CAC16, thank you so much for your super chat. All right, so it is really the biggest blabbermouth cast ever, right? These people cannot keep their mouths shut. But thank you all so much for being here. We will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure when we're going to find out the details of the POV. I'm hoping we'll know tomorrow, but we'll see what happens, right? I mean, I also don't know if the POV winner is also a secret.
I think it might be.
Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure how that all works, but you know.
They can nominate as well.
Really?
I think that's the duplicity. I don't think it's two people.
Okay.
I think they can save and they can nominate.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. I can be full of that, you know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Full of beans.
Only the HOH is anonymous, says William Dang. Okay, so we'll see. I'm interested to find out. And the veto can save both nominees in your opinion. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I don't know for sure. So we'll see. But I want to thank you all so much for being here. Enjoy your Friday night. And until next time, much love. Bye, everybody. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.